Hey playa, welcome to another live stream here. My name is Josh. Oh wait, hold on. For those of you that are new here, my name is Josh. Every single Monday through Friday, I make videos sharing tips, ideas, and stories teaching you how to be your best self. And on this live stream, I'm going to be sharing my 7 secret flirting tips and tricks. I'm going to reveal them with you guys and share how you can use them with your crush. These are flirting techniques that I've used before. I've used them for several years now. Different things that I've picked up and learned along the way. Guys, hold the bananas for the end. I know you want to put them out there, bananas for the end. But these are different techniques that I've used throughout the years that I want to share with you guys. I've kind of condensed them down into 7 specific things that I think you could start doing. But first, I want to do a quick roll call. I want to see who's here in the chat. I want to know what you guys are doing, what you guys are up to, and where you guys stand with your crushes. Are you at that point where you're ready to start flirting with your crush? Do you talk to your crush at all? Have you never spoken to them before? Let's get an idea of where everyone stands. But first, I want to say hi to the people in the chat. Victorio Campos, good to see you. Gamer Buse, Shadow King, Red Lightning is in here as always. Goth Kid of Narnia says I have a punchable face. Okay. Thomas Turner, Anthony, Kaylee Rebels, Shadow King, Lord of Luxury, Donald the Gamer, Hunter Hansen. Good to see all of you guys again. So we're gonna start off with the chat poll here. I want you guys to jump in and answer right now. Have you ever flirted with your crush before? Simple yes or no question. If you don't have a crush, just say you don't have a crush. But simple question there. Have you ever flirted with your crush before? Because I know when I had crushes in high school, I flirted with like maybe 5% of them, like a very, very small number, because I spent a lot of my time being nervous or afraid to talk to my crushes. So I want to help you guys kind of get over that fear. And I think knowing how to flirt, knowing what to do and how to put yourself out there is going to help you manage that situation better. It's going to help you feel like you're in way more control than you probably are in now. And I want to jump in and see what you guys have to say. So, let's see. JC Vickers says no. Awesome. Jason says no. Todama says kind of. Let's see. Anthony says he doesn't have a crush. Red Lightning says say my name, Josh. All right, Red Lightning. Your name is what's your name again? I always forget. Sorry, I don't remember. Kaylee Rebel says been best friends with my crush since middle school. I don't know how to flirt. So Kaylee, I'm gonna help you out. Lord of Luxury. I just met her a few days ago, so no. That's fair. Thomas Turner says, I flirted with my old crush, not my current one. That's an interesting thing. So you flirted before with the girl in the past. Now there's someone new that you want to flirt with. How can you approach that? Tadama says, I think I flirt with my crush. Okay, that's fair. Emma Peterson, hey Emma, good to see you, says, I have a crush, but I'm afraid to talk to him. And that's totally fair. A lot of times when we have crushes, things aren't so clearly defined as to how to engage with them, how to talk to them. So I want to share a bunch of things, a bunch of my flirting techniques. I want to share them with you guys, and I want you to start. We're going to walk through them one by one, and I want you guys to kind of give your feedback. Let me know what you guys think and how you can start applying them in your day-to-day life. So Red Lightning says, say my name, Josh. I will give you $1. No need to give me $1 to say your name. Your name, Red Lightning, is... what's your name again, Red Lightning? I wish I could remember. Ashes Trash says, oh, hell nah. No flirting for me. I just can't. I hear you on that. Martin Life Enjoyer says, in past, no, but I think if I have a crush, I have some crush now, I think I would. That's fair. Jacob says, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Jacob? Caitlin, how you doing? Casper Ghost says, hey, Jordan the Kiddo says, join Discord if you haven't already. Yep, guys, join the Discord. I'll talk about the Discord a little bit later and what we're doing over there on the Discord. But first, let me jump into the very, very first flirting technique here. By the way, guys, if you can't stay for the whole live stream or you miss a piece of it, afterwards, I am going to put up the timestamps so you can jump to different spots in the video to know exactly when I mention each of the flirting techniques. So if you can't stick around, that's totally fine. I'm going to share those. I'm going to share the timestamps with you guys so that you can know where to look for specific things. Okay, the very first trick I want to talk about here, and I think a lot of you guys would probably come to this in your own senses, but I want to point it out, is to try not to be too available. You have to let them know that you're a busy person. Now, part of flirting is not always being available, not always being there every single time the person snaps their fingers or calls and beckons on you. Now, what I don't mean is, I don't mean ignoring their messages. I don't mean being rude and not talking to them. I don't mean flat out ignoring them when they're trying to have a conversation with you. When I say don't be as available, I mean don't constantly put yourself in a situation where you're always responsive to everything that they do, because what that'll end up doing is it'll be overwhelming, right? If they every single picture they post, you're constantly commenting, you're constantly DMing them, you're constantly messaging them, you're constantly talking to them. Part of flirting is having them know that you are somewhat available but not fully available. And a big way to do that is to kind of not only focus on that single crush, but to talk to other people too. If your crush sees you flirting or just even talking to other people, and lets your crush know right off the bat, hey, like, I'm not the only person in their world. Like, they have other friends, they have other options. And that's a key piece too. You're having your crush know that you have other options is going to help intensify the flirting process. If they see that, no one else is interested in you, no one else is talking to you, and they're the only one on your minds, well, they're going to get bored by that. They're going to feel like, okay, this isn't fun or exciting. Like, I can go out with them tomorrow, I can go out with them a week from now. It's not going to make a difference because they're just waiting on me. And that constant waiting process can come off as neediness. And to your crush, it can be the opposite of flirting. It could be a huge turnoff. So I want you guys to make yourself not as available. Now, here's where I want to jump in and ask you guys again. Do you find that you make yourself a little too available when it comes to talking to your crush? Are you constantly doing everything you can to meet them at all their classes or to jump into conversation with them? Or are you kind of splitting up your time talking to your crush a little bit, talking to your friends a little bit, and then talking to other potential crushes or other potential people that you just want to get to know better? How do you guys spend your time? And here's the chat poll question, guys. Do you feel like you make yourself a little too available for your crush? And if it's not your crush, if it's someone that likes you or someone that you like, maybe just a smidgen, a little bit, maybe you just met them, do you make yourself way too available for the person that you like, in a sense? We'll do a chat poll question. Supo Kid, good to see you, man. Thanks for jumping on. Dario says, hey, Josh, what about flirting in social media? Dario, that's a really, really good question. I've done a few videos on how to flirt through text and how to flirt with your crush, how to talk to your crush on Instagram. I'm going to definitely dive into more on flirting on social media and Instagram. I think a lot of these principles can apply on social media as well. So as I go through them, just think how they can apply to social media. And if you have a question about how, I'll try to address it. Red Lightning says, hey, Josh, say my name. There's a smudge right next to that part. Hey, Josh, say my name. Red Lightning, I'm not sure what it says there. JC Vicker says, I'm too nervous to talk to her. She's always with her friends. Yeah, JC Vickers, that happens sometimes. Like, in school, people spend a lot of time with their friends, so it can be tough to kind of get them when they're by themselves or just kind of pull them away. I think in those cases, what you need to probably focus on most is integrating yourself into their group of friends. Now, that might seem scary. That might seem like, but they don't like me. They don't know me. Why would they want to talk to me? You have to give your crush's friends a reason to be okay with you being around. Because if your crush's friends can be okay with you being there and your crush's friends are like, all right, he's a pretty cool guy, no problem there, then it's going to be so much easier for your crush to eventually say the same thing. For your crush to go, okay, my friends think he's cool, then he's cool by my book. But if your crush's friends don't like you and they feel that you're weird or you're just kind of like creeping around, then of course that's going to influence your crush and your crush is not going to like you. But like, oh, let's see what else you guys are saying here. My friends don't believe that you know me. Red Lightning, I don't know who you're talking about. Red Lightning, know who? Guys, I know Red Lightning. His name is Arby. He's been on the live stream tons and tons of times. He's been on my Instagram after party. I know you, Arby. All right. That joke is done. That joke is done. Okay. Let's see what else you guys are saying in here. By the way, if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up on this video. Let's see. Lord of Luxury says, no, I never even make myself sound interesting in the first place. That's an interesting thing too. So sometimes what people tend to do is that they'll downplay themselves when they're talking to their crush. They'll make it seem like, oh, I'm not that special, or, oh, I'm not someone worth interesting to talk to. And it's like, if you don't believe in yourself, then why would your crush believe in you? That's a real question you have to ask yourself. If you don't feel like you bring something interesting to the table, then why would your crush ever feel that? All right, let's see. Gamer Views says, I probably talk to her too much. So Gamer Views, there's a tipping point with talking to your crush. If you're talking to your crush nonstop, every single day, all the time, through DM, in person, in class, everywhere, but it's not progressing and it's not leading to eventually the two of you hanging out one-on-one or going out on a date, then what you're going to see is there's a progression where you guys are getting close and it's going to hit a point where it's just going to boom. and start to drop. Because at that point, wherever that point may be, at that point, your crush is going to say, they're not asking me out. They're not interested in me, or at least they're not making it obvious that they're interested in me romantically. Where is this going? And once they start asking, where is it going? Well, then you've kind of already started to lose the battle because they're losing interest and you haven't acted on it when you needed to. Hunter says, depends. Talking is more of the problem. Yeah, I hear you on that, Hunter. Sometimes there's a major challenge in just simply talking to your crush. You don't know what to say. You don't know how to get them involved in conversation. You don't know how to get an actual response from them. Those are all real challenges, guys. Let's see what else you guys are saying here. Slayer says, Josh, I have a flirty relationship with lots of girls, but since I just recently came to the school, everyone I like has a boyfriend. That sucks, Slayer. Yeah, it's tough when you know, you want to ask people out, you find out they're with someone. Guys, save the bananas for the end of the stream. You can go crazy with the bananas after. No bananas right now. Put your bananas in the banana holsters, as I've said in the past before. Weird. I said weird things. Okay, so I want to jump into the second point here. Oh, hold on. This shade is creating a light on me. Give me 1 second here. Whoa. I want to break that. Okay. There we go. Much better. Much better, guys. Okay, cool. So, on to point number 2 here. So the second trick that I want to review with you guys is, and this is something fun to do because I used to do this all the time with my crushes, and it helps establish something between the two of you that is unique and special. And that's to give them a nickname or to tease them about something silly that they've said or done. Now, when we talk about flirting, when we talk about creating a bit of tension between you and your crush, giving them a nickname, Arby, no bananas until the end. No bananas, guys. Maybe one banana here and there, but that's it. Anyway, so when it comes to giving your crush a nickname, I'll give you an example. I'll give you guys an example. When I was in high school, there was this girl named, I forgot what her real name was because I got so used to her nickname. But me and my friends gave her the nickname Aqua. Guys, hold off on the bananas. No bananas right now. It's spam in the chat. All right. So if we gave this girl the nickname Aqua, and I don't even remember why we gave her the nickname Aqua, but every time we called her Aqua, she would roll her eyes and she'd be like, oh, don't call me that. And it created this playfulness between us and her simply because what she started to see was that no one else called her Aqua but us. And the beauty in that was, I'm getting distracted by the bananas, guys. All right. If the mods are the ones spamming bananas, I'm going to have to take away mod privileges, guys. Thomas Turner, last time I'm going to say, guys, if mods are spamming bananas, you guys are losing mod privilege because it's distracting. So we gave her this nickname Aqua, and every single time I called her Aqua, she would respond back playfully, and she'd be like, oh, don't call me that. And it was a bit of teasing that went along with it. And all I did was create a nickname for her. Like, you know, it wasn't like based on anything. It was just a nickname that we gave her. And the reason why I say is tease her about something, and I don't mean it in a mean way, right? Because you can tease someone in a mean way. All right, guys, I'm going to start from this point on. If I see more bananas, I'm removing mod statuses on people. So, I lost my point again. All right, so what I was saying, back to the point, give them a nickname or tease them about something silly that they said or did. So when I say tease them about something silly that they did or said, I don't mean kind of make fun of them or hurt their feelings, but playful teasing is always fun because playful teasing shows that you are willing to be playful with them. A lot of times when people are talking to their crushes or they're interacting with their crushes, they're very reserved, they're very they're very conscientious, very concerned that they're going to say or do something that bothers their crush, and so they play it safe, right? They don't want to be mean in any way. They don't want to do anything that's going to disrupt this whole situation. But I think it's important. It's important that if you want to flirt, you have to do things that are going to disrupt the flow of things. You need to shake things up. You need to let them see that. you're going to interact with them in a way that you're going to put it out there that you're being playful. And here's the beauty, guys, because if you're teasing your crush and you're playing with them like that and you're saying things like that, yeah, let's say your crush tells you a funny story about how she used to, I don't know, a dog peed on her when she was a kid or something. And you call her like, I don't know, pea leg or something. I'm just making it up to my head. She might laugh. She might think that's funny and silly. And the two of you can have that as an inside joke with each other. Now, here's the beauty. When you start teasing your crush, if your crush starts teasing you back, that's when you know you're in a good place. Because what you've done is you've shown that you're willing to flirt and they're willing to flirt back. If they come up with a nickname for you, then that shows that they are into the whole situation of flirting with you. They're not disconnected. They're not looking at going, hey, don't call me that. That's weird. That's stupid. If they respond like that, don't call them that anymore. But I want to jump in here and ask you guys a question. Um, have you ever had this type of playfulness with your crush? Do you have any inside jokes with your crush? Leave it in the chat here. There's going to be a chat poll. Do you have an inside joke with your crush? Something that the two of you just get. The two of you can joke about. Two of you that really, really understand, and no one else kind of gets but the two of you, and that's what brings you two together. Let's see what you guys are saying here. I would ideally like for everyone to stop with the bananas for now. You could save the bananas for the end. Go crazy with bananas in the end. Right now, we're having conversations. All right. So Dario says, "Where's the beef?" Okay. Thomas Turner says, "I don't have an inside joke." Cowboy says, "No." Lord of Luxury says that would require talking to them, though. That's true. The main problem there is talking to them. Sonic Mania says, "No, I've never done that." JC Vickers, I'm with my crush friend, and my crush's friend is private music room tomorrow. Should I flirt? I think you should flirt, and follow these tips to know how. Let's see. It jumped. Supo Kid says yes, yes, yes. So Supo Kid has an inside joke going with his crush. Emma says not at all. Icy Beam says nope. Fade Jump says nope as well. Isaiah says the results of your crush will differ. Josh has no responsibility held in the result of what happened to you and your crush. He just gives advice, no lawsuits. Yes, I'm just giving advice. That's all. Yes, my profile. Jace Morris says yes. My profile picture is our little joke. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, like little memes or jokes or anything like that you can have an inside joke going with your crush is a good way to flirt with them because it's something that you can always refer to and every time you post it or share with them or mention it, it makes them think of you, right? It helps bring the two of you together because you have something that you guys share. And I think that's a key piece. To flirt with your crush, you need something to share with them. And I think teasing them, joking around with them is a good way to start to do that. JC Vicker says, oh, nope. Victorio Campo says, no, I don't have any jokes inside with my crush. I hear you on that. Martin Life Enjoyer says, I forgot that trick, but I use that to I used to that often. I will do that again. Thanks for the remind me. Yeah, dude, try it out. Trust me. I should do it all the time with girls in high school, have little inside jokes, and it helped bring us closer together. So I want to jump into the third secret trick here that I want to share with you guys. And that is basically this. You want to create tension and opposition from the very, very beginning. Now, what does that mean? What does it mean to create tension and opposition? Well, when you're talking to your crush, if you don't want to get friend zoned, now I repeat, if you don't want to get friend zoned, you're going to need to do this. Supo Kid, thank you so much for the Supo chat. Thank you for last night. Could you read my message? Sure, Supo Kid. I must have missed your message. Thank you again. Let me scroll up and see if I can find it. I see Supo Kids. Yes. I'd love to, but she doesn't read any of my messages. Oh, here we go. So Supo Kid says, so today she said she didn't want me to talk with her anymore, and it broke my heart. She said she doesn't even want to be friends anymore. Also, we sit next to each other tomorrow for 2 hours. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, it sounds to me like based on our conversation yesterday that she's really hurt by what happened. And like we talked about, sometimes when people are hurt, they need to take time away and they need to kind of process what's going on. And I know it's going to be awkward and weird to be around her and to sit near her. But ultimately, I think that if you give her time and you let her know that you're willing to be understanding of her feelings and recognize why she's upset, and you're not going to try to downplay it or try to make her feel like she shouldn't be upset, you're going to recognize, hey, you're upset. I get it. that's okay. Then I think it's easier for her to um, later on down the line be more accepting of you, because she'll tell herself, you know what, he was very forgiving, he was understanding. Maybe I'm still a little upset, but I can be a little bit more forgiving of him. So that's kind of the mindset and the frame that you eventually want to get into with her. Emma Peterson says, "Can you please remind me how to flirt?" Yeah, Emma, definitely. So on to this point where I'm mentioning all about creating tension and opposition from the beginning. When you are talking to your crush and you're talking with them, let's say from the beginning, let's say you've never talked to them before, right? You can choose which path you want to head on. Do you want to head on the path where you're just a friend, or you want to head on the path where there's something more? Now, one way that people tend to accidentally head on the path of being just a friend is that they just kind of come in with this very soft, safe, agreeable frame of mind, right? They'll come in and just be like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? How you doing? Oh, okay, nice to meet you." Nothing's rocking the boat, nothing's challenging, nothing's standing out there. But if you come in and you're like, "Hey, let me get your opinion on something. What do you think about this?" And they're like, "Oh, here's my opinion." You go, "Ah, that's it. No, we can't be friends. It's not going to work." That's a challenge to them right there. They're going to sit there and go, "Who is this person and why don't they like me?" And it's that idea of them asking like, "Why don't they like me?" that they're going to want to talk to you more. They're going to want to know more about you because you flipped the script. It sounds counterintuitive, right? It sounds like, why would I push them away in the beginning if I want to bring them in? But it's that pushing them away, and we're talking about only slightly, that's actually going to get them to be more curious and more interested in you. I've done this before with tons of people where um, hey, Super Kid, thank you again for the super chat. So I'm going to tell you guys how and when I've done it, but first let me get the Super Kid super chat. By the way, guys, if you have a question that's burning and you want to ask me immediately and you want to just like get my attention, you can always use the super chat function. If you look down where the comments are, it's a little dollar sign there, and you can donate, and it'll pop up a super chat, and I'll answer your question. So Super Kid says, "How are you today, Josh? Also, she and I had an argument at school today, and she called me a lot of stuff, which made me really upset. I'm really sorry to hear that, man. That's really a sucky situation to be in. And it's like, if you guys had an argument and she called you a name, I think the best thing to do is to recognize that she's hurt and she's upset. A lot of times people say things when they're upset that they're not trying to like really hurt your feelings, but they're angry and they're hurt and they don't know how to express themselves. So they just choose to say things that may come off rude or mean. So I understand where you're coming from in that, Super Kid. And it definitely makes sense that it'll make you upset. It's hurtful. No one ever wants someone, especially their crush, to be upset with them. So it can be very off-putting, and it can make you feel like what am I doing wrong? How do I fix this situation? But sometimes time is the best way to fix that type of situation. So I would give her time. I would be understanding that she needs time to process what happened. I wouldn't push too much and try to get her to forgive you. She's going to forgive you when she feels ready to forgive you. So I want to tell you guys, this time where I created tension off the bat. There was this girl that I met for the very first time. She was friends of one of my friends at one of these bars I went out with my friends back in the day. And she's standing there with the mutual friend, the person that I know, and the mutual friend's like, "Oh, by the way, hey, this is this girl." And immediately off the bat, I asked the question. I said, "What's your favorite animal?" And she's like, "Huh?" And I don't remember what she said. I think she said polar bears or something, but she said polar bears or something like that. And I was like, "Polar bears? Really? Mm-mm. I already don't like you. This is just not going to work out." And she started laughing, and she's like, "What's your favorite animal?" And I told her mine was, I think, monkeys or something like that, or apes, chimpanzees. I don't remember what I said. And she's like, "Oh, but but polar bears are so much cooler than that." And I'm like, "No, you're not going to convince me. It's just not going to work." And immediately I created tension right off the bat. I just met this girl, and there was tension where she was like, "Who is this guy? Why is he challenging me? What's he doing?" Hey, LD, thank you so much for the super chat. LD says, "Help, please." I'll type it in the chat. LD, yeah, thank you so much. Post it in the chat. I'll answer your question when you post it there. Be on the lookout for it. LD says, "By the way, I love your videos. I've been watching them for a year now." Thank you so much, LD. I really, really appreciate it. It really does mean a lot to me. So right off the bat, I had created this bit of tension with her where I asked her a question and then I joked around. I'm like, no, not going to work. We're never going to be friends. And I wasn't being serious, right? I was joking around, obviously. And she understood that I was joking around, but we were playful in that sense. So look, if you're a girl that wants to flirt with a guy here, One way you might want to be playful and flirty with a guy is you might want to simply ask them a question and then jokingly kind of challenge them on it. So if you say like, what's your favorite sport? And the guy says football, be like, football? Mm-mm. No, 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 no. I only talk to people who like soccer. Um, and making that type of joke will make him be like, what? No, who do you think you are? And that playfulness, that's what I'm talking about when I mean creating tension, because it's going to get them to realize that you're not just agreeing with everything they're saying. You're not just kind of being complacent. You're challenging it. And in challenging things, it's more fun and it comes off as flirty. So, all right, LD says, by the way, LD, thank you for the super chat. 2 weeks ago, my crush and I talked for hours, and we talked for like 2 days at science fair. Okay, so it sounds like the two of you guys talked a lot. 2 hours, you talked for hours, and you talked for 2 days at science fair. So the two of you are getting really close. I'm assuming your question is going to be, when should I ask her out? What should I do next? When should I get her number? When it comes to following up with a person that you're talking with, like I said, the thing about talking to someone is that you don't want to just keep talking to them forever. You want to eventually ask her out and take it to the next step. Because, like I said, as you talk more, you guys get closer and closer and closer. At some point, you're going to hit a ridge and it's going to fall off. And the best way to know when you're getting to that point is if they're reaching out to you and you're reaching out to them equally, and you guys are both reaching out to each other to talk, and there's that fluid chemistry and you joke a lot and you want to spend time with each other, that's when you know you need to take the next step and ask them out. Because if you keep waiting and you keep waiting, eventually they're just going to tell themselves, they're just not interested in me. They only see me as a friend. Why haven't they asked me out yet? That's a big question that a lot of people ask when someone's flirting with them. They ask themselves, well, when is this person going to ask me out? So you don't ever want to miss that opportunity. I think it's an important one to act on. So LD followed up and said, we made a lot of progress and stuff. His money got stolen, so I got him pretzels. Oh, LD's a girl. Okay, so flip it. I don't know what I said, girl to guy, but you guys got my point. His money got stolen, so I got him pretzels. The next week, I wanted to ask for his number, but he was absent Monday and Tuesday. I saw him the rest of the week. Okay. So, I mean, LD, I think when it comes to asking for the number, one thing I've talked about in previous videos, and I'll link it up here on the cards when I post this video, is when it comes to asking for someone's phone number, you always want to tie it into the two of you doing something together. I think that's the best way to ask for a phone number. So one way to go about doing that, he said, sure, and gave it to me. Oh, okay. So the thick plottins. So basically, it sounds like he maybe was unsure or a little nervous, and you weren't really sure where it was going from there. I think that I wouldn't worry so much about like, oh, was he upset that I asked for it? Did he not want to give it to me? I think as you talk to him more, and I think you should check on my playlist on flirting and texting, because I talk more about just good ways to text and keep a conversation going there. I think that's how you'll be able to figure out whether or not like there's something that you guys are building towards. Super Kid, thank you again for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Super Kid says, thank you for everything you've done for me, Josh. Thank you, Super Kid, for all your help and all your support. I want to fix this in real life. What can I say? My friends say forget her, but I can't stop thinking of her. Yeah, I hear you, man. Slayer caught that. Slayer caught the thick plottins. So I think when it comes to dealing with that, when it comes to just kind of really understanding how to get over those feelings, how to kind of manage them and work through them, I think ultimately the best thing for you to do is to try to focus on your hobbies and your interests, especially when you find yourself thinking so much about your crush. Because the problem there is that it's like if you're constantly thinking about her and you're not thinking about or trying to do other things in your day and in your life, then you're just going to keep feeling depressed because it's not going to go anywhere, right? Like she's upset. She doesn't want to speak to you right now. She wants her distance. And the challenge there is that like you want to change that, but it's not your decision to make. It's really her decision to make. And Lord of Luxury makes a good point. Supo, you've donated like $100 to Josh by now. Calm down. Do your parents know you're doing this? Supo Kid, I hope that your parents know that you're donating and stuff. I wouldn't want a situation where you've donated and your parents are like, what are you doing? So be mindful of that. And then to anyone else too, anyone who donates, be mindful of how much you're donating, whether you have that means, because as much as I appreciate it, I wouldn't want you to get in trouble for anything, guys. So Cody says, I saw Cody posted something about Discord here. Cody says, I have a private dilemma I'd like to discuss about my crush in private. Any way to do this for Messenger, Discord? Okay. Cody's asking, where can you guys message me? So I'll tell you guys right now. If you guys want to talk to me privately, you can always shoot me a DM over on Instagram. I try my best to answer as many DMs as I can. My Instagram is the Josh Speaks, so you can find me on there. I also have Patreon. If you guys are on Patreon as well, I do video chats with my patrons where I'll talk to them every single month. So if you want to have a one-on-one video chat with me, you can always do that over on Patreon, or you can click the join button down below and become a channel member. I also do video chats with channel members. There's lots of different ways to talk to me. Instagram and Discord and all these other places are good ways to talk to me through text whenever I have time. But if you want a video chat, if you really want to get down to brass tacks and sit and talk for a while, Patreon or channel membership, I think, are the best ways to do that. Okay, guys, I want to get to the next point. Here. Point number 4 on this list. Let them see that their personality is winning you over. Now, remember when I said earlier about being playful and teasing them and telling them something like, oh, we're never going to be friends. This is never going to work. And that's the flirting piece. Now, you don't just want to only do that. You want to also show them that as time goes on, as you talk to them more, they're actually winning you over. Because here's the thing. When a person tells you, I don't like you, we're not going to be friends, you're intrigued. You want to talk to them more. You feel like, wow, like what's going on? Like, why don't they like me? No one wants to not be liked. So I think it's important to think about it like, well, I'm creating a situation where this person feels like I don't like them for some reason. And as I talk to them more, you might want to start changing your tune. You might want to start to say things like, actually, you're a pretty cool person. Actually, I think I was wrong before. I think you're a pretty cool person. I think because by saying it like that, by phrasing it like that, you're letting them know that whereas before there was tension, you're easing the tension. And that easing means that you guys are getting along a whole lot more. And that's the kind of play that you want to happen, because in flirting, it's not just teasing. It's teasing, but then accepting, teasing and then accepting. And it's the back and forth that makes flirting fun, right? No one is interested in someone who's just 100% interested in them. But if that person starts to show disinterest and then comes back, it's that back and forth that helps create that fun atmosphere. So Emma Peterson says, hey, Josh, I went to Ridge High School in New Jersey, and I never saw a teacher who teaches life lessons. So I want to become a first high school teacher who teaches life lessons. How can I do that? Emma, that is an amazing, amazing goal. Right now, I'm talking to the people at your school, and I'm going to try to figure out what I can do when I speak there. But maybe that's something I'm definitely going to bring that up to them, Emma. That it's something that I think we can I can address, and I could talk about how to go about doing that, how to go about being a changer in this world and helping others. Ask the Teen, good to see you. So Ask the Teen, just a quick reminder, I did the interview today with my special guest, which was I want to pronounce his name correctly, Jose. I keep psyching myself out on how saying Jose Pierrenian. Jose Perenian. I keep messing up his name. Anyway, so Jose Perenian, who is a speaker, a public speaker who deals with stuttering himself. I did an interview with him today. I'm going to put that video up next week just for you, Ask the Teen. So thank you so much for requesting that video. And that goes for any of you guys too. If you guys have ideas for videos or creators or people out there that you admire that you want me to speak to, reach out to me and let me know. I want to talk to more people and just bring them on the channel and teach you guys something. So like I said, having them win you over is part of that flirting process. So let me go back to that story where I was sharing with the girl where I asked her what her favorite animal was. She said polar bears. I said, I hate polar bears. This is not going to work. As time went on, as the night went on, I started to change my tune. I started to say, you're a pretty cool person. I think you're actually someone fun to talk to. I think I was wrong. And she just lit up and she got excited by that, because what she saw was that her personality was winning me over. And that's what everyone really wants. At the end of the day, we all want to be liked and accepted for who we are. So part of flirting is showing this person that you accept them and like them for who they are. So you can incorporate that in flirting just by showing them that they're winning you over. It was something that I did. It's a secret trick that I would always pull out, and it works, guys. It works. So I want to jump in and see what some of you guys are saying here in the chat. Swaggy Ray, good to see you, man. My dearest sensei. If two individuals can constantly express passionate opinions in conversation, has the trust developed between the two? Where can flirting fit in potential for more? That's a really good question. Where does flirting fit in if the two of you have very deep, passionate, opinionated conversations? I think the way flirting comes in is that you want to do a bit of pushing and pulling. So if they say something that is the opposite of your opinion, you could say, you know what? Normally, I would not associate with people like you, but you are just so cute that I can't cut you out of my life. Little things like that could be fun and interesting, and it can make them feel like what you're doing is you're dropping in a compliment, but you're teasing them with like, I can't be friends with you, but you're so darn cute, I just have to. So that kind of atmosphere is going to let them see that, wow, like they really do like me. They think I'm a really cool person. And we all want to feel like people like us. So that's a good way to get them to feel that way. So I would try that out, Swaggy. Simpsons says Tony Robbins, Jordan Peterson. I'm Crushes, Richard Bandler. So I did a video with Jordan Peterson a while back. If you guys want to see, go check out my interview that I did with him, which is a lot of fun. Jordan the Kiddo says, how do I compliment someone on how they look without coming off weird? Jordan follows up and says, the girl I like looked really nice today, and I want her to know that, but school is over. I don't know how I could work that into conversation. Yeah, that's a tough one because I think that if you want her to know that you think that she looked cute, it's kind of difficult to say it outside of school because it might come off weird. That's something you have to kind of try to work into conversation when you're talking to her. If you see her in school, you might want to say something, and I know school's over, but I think you might, the next time that you run into an opportunity like this, I think you might want to walk up to her and be like, hey, I wanted to ask you a question. You look really good today, by the way. Anyway, I wanted to ask you a question. I lost my train of thought there. Saying it like that is super flirty because what you've done is, like, even if you didn't have a question, you just wanted to talk to her, by stopping what you're saying and looking and going, you look really cute today. You look really good today. Um, it's going to make her feel good. It's going to make her feel like, wow, he's noticing me. He paid attention to me in that way. And she might not feel super pretty. She might not feel super good, but drawing attention to it and not just walking up to her going, hey, I just want to say you look good, but making it seem like, wow, you caught me off guard. And I don't even know what to think about that. Like, I'm just telling you that you look good in the middle of my sentence. That shows her that you're being playful, that you're being fun, and that she's winning you over to the point that I just said. Lord of Luxury says, one time I was walking in the street and then some guy said, hey, cool guy. And his girlfriend said, hey, that's me. And so I got complimented and insulted at the same time. Well, that's not very nice. Cheyenne Hall says, can you please come speak at my school, Twen Hofel Middle School? Cheyenne, yeah, I would love to speak at your middle school. If you want, you can always shoot me a message me on Instagram at the Josh Speaks, or send me an email, thejoshspeaks@gmail.com. Let me know where your school is, and I'll definitely try to reach out to them and see what I can do. 462 Rayboy, he's pretty clever, says Josh Queer Speaks. Man, he got me good, guys. He got me good. Wilmer says, good content, but dead channel. Yeah, definitely. The YouTube algorithm is beating my butt up, but I feel like there's definitely people here that can really learn from the message. So the thing that's most important to me is helping others. So I'm going to jump into the next point here. This is point number 5. Let me pull it up here. Okay. Point number 5, guys. I want to spend a little time on this one. Be confident and bold when you say things. Now, the reason why I include this as a flirting tip, one of my secret flirting tricks, is that sometimes when people are talking to their crushes, they come off way too passive. They're not bold. They're not confident when they say something. They don't speak their mind. They don't say, I think this. I want to do this. I want to ask you this. Instead, a lot of it is, what do you think about this? And I don't know. What do you think about that? And there's a passivity to it that can let your crush see that you're not confident in what you say and what you stand for. The secret trick to flirting really comes down to letting this person see that you're choosing to invest time in them. You're choosing to invest time in talking to them. And that means being bold and confident. Like, if there's a girl that you like or a guy that you like and you walk up to them and say, hey, you seem like a pretty interesting person. I want to get to know you better. That's flirting, guys. That in itself is flirting. It's scary as hell to do that, but that is flirting because you're letting them really see that, hey, you're making the time to get to know them better. And at the end of the day, that's what they want to feel. They want to feel like someone cares about them. So I would focus on doing that, guys. I'm going to jump back into the chat here and see what you guys are saying. 462 Rayboy says, so how do you get numbers while shopping? Can you be fat and still get hotties? So 462 Rayboy, I made a video called How to Ask a Girl Out If You're Fat. And if you feel like you're fat, you feel like you're overweight in some way, that video will help you kind of get in the right mindset as to how you should ask them out. So I would check that out. Young Bloomer says, I like a girl that back in the day she liked me, but I was going through a lot, so I wasn't giving her a lot of attention. Now I want her. We hang out, and now we're gonna hang out again next week. I don't know what to do. That's a good point. So one of the things I would mention, guys, is this: it's that if you're talking to your crush and things just don't go well the first time, like you just kind of blow it, or you're awkward, or you're nervous, and it just doesn't work out like you want it to, that doesn't mean it's the end of the line. Sometimes things are not meant to work out when they happen. And sometimes you need to go on the hero's journey and grow as a person so that at the end of it all, you can really kind of step up and show them what your confident self looks like, because that's the one that's going to win them over. They want to see your confident self. Let's see what else you guys are saying in here. So, OP Blue Jay says, so what flirting tips do you have if you're in the friend zone? That's a good one. It's a very, very good question. If you're in the friend zone and you are someone who feels like things aren't going anywhere with your crush and you're like, how do I flirt with them? Flirting with them shouldn't be your priority if you're in the friend zone with them, because as much as you flirt with them, they're only going to see you more and more as a friend. You need to pull yourself away from them. That's the best thing to do, because flirting, let's say you start flirting when they only see you as a friend. If you're flirting when they only see you as a friend, then obviously it's like they're only going to interpret that as like, oh, they like me, but I see them as a friend. I'm not going to act on it. Or they might constantly remind you, hey, you're only a friend, because they don't want you to get the wrong idea. So there's always that challenge you run into. I think that instead of focusing on flirting, I think when you're in the friend zone, I think you need to focus more on just focusing on other people, talking to other people. Super Kid, I'm not ignoring you. I'm kind of picking chat messages out whenever I can. By Embracing the Awkward. Yeah, guys, by Embracing the Awkward. My book, Embracing the Awkward. For those of you that don't know, I wrote a book called Embracing the Awkward. It's a guide for teens to succeed at school, life, and relationships. Embracing the Awkward is available on Amazon if you want to check it out. It's a guide that I put together specifically for you guys to kind of figure out all these awkward moments in your life. So check it out. Thank you for mentioning that, Super Kid. Let's see. Lord of Luxury says, Josh seems to misinterpret my chat message a lot, so it makes it sound like I'm dorking than I am. I'm sorry, Lord of Luxury. I apologize if I misinterpreted them. Maybe I missed pieces of it, so I apologize on that. I'm sorry, man. Let's see. Jayton Jennings says, hi, I like a girl named Summer, but she does not know me. What should I do? Okay, so let's say you like someone, but they don't know who you are. How do you flirt with them? And better yet, how do you even start talking to them? Well, I think that there's a few different ways to start a conversation with them. You might want to check out my video on making the first move on your crush. That video will kind of go into deeper details there. But I think the best thing to do when it comes to starting a conversation with someone that doesn't know you, that you like, is you want to first find something that you can talk to them about. And the best way to go about doing that is to ask them a question. Now, some of you guys have checked it out, some of you haven't, but I would definitely recommend checking out my 20 Icebreaker Conversation Starters Guide, because in that I outline 20 different conversation starters, different ways you can start a conversation, different questions you can ask. And here's the beauty, guys. Sorry, I'm yawning so much. Here's the beauty, because when you start a conversation with someone, just like I said before, you want to create tension when you talk to them, and you want to show them that you're winning them over. So by using these icebreakers, you're asking a question to start the conversation, and you can start flirting with them right then and there from the beginning. You can solidify the fact that you're not going on the friend zone path, that you're actually going on the flirting path. Okay, let's jump to number 6 on the list. That's 6, yeah. I was like, I only have 4 fingers up here. Okay, 6 on the list is show them that you have other options. This is an important one, guys. I briefly talked about it early on, and I want to do a quick chat poll here. I want you guys to answer. I want you to give me a number in here. Down the Gamer says, I just reached 100 subscribers on YouTube. Awesome, Down the Gamer. I am so proud of you, man. Congrats. You deserve it, man. You really do. You're working hard. I love what you're doing, man. Okay, so quick chat poll here, guys. How many crushes do you currently have? Be honest here. How many people are you currently crushing on right now? Is it one person? Is it zero? Is it 10 people? Do you have an infinite number of crushes? How many people are you currently crushing on? Because that number is going to help dictate a lot. And I'll tell you what that is in a second, but I want to see what you guys have to say first. So the numbers are rolling in. Killjoy says 3. Anthony says 0. Awesome 29 March 1. Red Lightning 1. My General 1. Mr. Hobbies 2, Gamer Views 4, Simpsons 1, Cowboy Sussman 2, Awesome 29 March 1, Whew, Donald the Gamer 3, Ash's Trash YouTube 1, Caitlin says 1, True Biscuit says 2, Gamer Views says 44. Okay. 44 crushes. Leo says 259. That's a lot of crushes. Jordan the Kid says 1. Reminix says 5 or 6. Darius says 2. She's 20. She's 18. Fade Jump says 1. Young Bloomer says 1. Wilmer Huntonen says 5. Leo says 5. Cowboy says 2. Ow, he bit me says 1. Who bit you, Charlie? Skillman XL says 4. Okay, so a bunch of you guys, Cheyenne Hall says 10. A bunch of you guys have a lot of different crushes, which is with the exception of Anthony, I think, who said 0. He's the only one who said 0. Yeah, everyone else said at least 1, but Anthony said 0. So anyway, the reason why I ask how many crushes you have is because if you have multiple crushes, it makes it easier for you to not focus solely on one person and to show them that you have other options. Now, here's the thing: when a person has a crush, it's like they're the only thing they could think about. They're constantly on your mind. You're constantly thinking about your crush. And the best thing for you to do in those moments is it's like to dedicate a little bit of time to your crush and to dedicate a little bit of time to your friends and a little bit of time to your other crushes, a little bit of time to your homework and your hobbies, to not solely focus all on one person. Because when you do that, you end up hurting yourself in the process. You end up making it harder for you to actually build something with your crush. And I'll explain why it's actually harder in a second. LD, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Let's scroll up and see what LD said here. Man, it must have been a while back. LD, here we go. All right. LD says, "Oh, I also saw him today, and I know he saw me at least one of the 3 times, but he didn't say anything, and I didn't either. I was also talking to people, so I wasn't really showing him attention." Okay, so let me reread that. I saw him today. I know he saw me at least one of 3 times, but he didn't say anything, and I didn't either. I also was talking to people, so I wasn't really showing him any attention. Okay, so in that situation, it sounds to me like you guys kind of had these brief catch each other's eyes and you walk away moments. LD, here's what I think. I think you should really do here. I think that to some degree, you like him, and I think you might be holding out, waiting for him to make a move, or for him to come talk to you, or for him to ask you out. I think that might be what's happening here. You're hoping that he's going to do it. Here's what I would say. My rule is this: if you're the person with the crush, if you like someone else, it's on you to approach them, right? I'm not a firm believer that guys should always approach girls or girls should always approach guys. I think that if you like someone else, it's on you to act on your feelings because they're your feelings, right? The question becomes how. If you're talking to people and you're hanging out with friends, how do you kind of talk to your crush? How do you separate from that? Well, one, I don't know if your friends know who your crush is. Sometimes people don't tell their friends, sometimes people do, but I think that if you let your friends know who your crush is, then it becomes a little bit easier for them to be like, "Oh, okay, he's coming around, go talk to him." And they can be a little bit supportive that way. But I think ultimately it's on you to kind of make the effort to talk to him and to approach him and to get to know him a little bit better. Emma asks, are we doing an Instagram after party today? You betcha, Emma. I'm going to try to get to the 7th point quickly. I want to get to Super Kid. Thank you again for the super chat. Guys, I really appreciate all the super chats here. It really means a lot to me. Super Kid says, I have 4 crushes. I love one the most. My birthday is March 17th. Awesome, Super Kid. Hey, March 17th, does that fall on a Thursday? Because if it does, we're singing happy birthday to you here on the stream, man. But that's awesome. I got to look. I don't even know what day specifically it falls on, but Super Kid, I hear you on that. You have 4 crushes, but you love one the most. And it's important for you to spread your time talking to all your crushes because it's easier for you to find the crush that you better connect with when you're talking to multiple crushes at once rather than talking to only one person. Because when you only focus on one person, you're going to automatically think that they are perfect, and there's nothing wrong with them. Um, Super Kid said it's Sunday. Don't worry, Super Kid. I will wish you a happy birthday on your birthday. I promise you. Um, so, like I said, you want to diversify the crushes that you have so that it becomes easier for you to find the one you really connect with. And here, guys, this is the seventh trick for flirting with your crush. If you want to flirt with your crush, you're going to need to put all these things to practice. But here is the seventh trick. Follow up if you like them and don't wait for them to act. Now, we were just talking about this. LD was asking kind of about this. You have to follow up with them. A lot of times when people flirt, they think, I'm going to play hard to get. I'm not going to talk to them. I'm going to wait for them to talk to me. That's people's mindset sometimes when it comes to flirting. They think, I'm going to be hard. I'm going to be the person that's going to wait. They're going to make the first move. But at the end of the day, real flirting comes down to showing that person that they are winning you over. That's what flirting is. It isn't just saying things to be, like sexual or romantic. It's not about that. It's about letting that person see that they're really winning you over. They're genuinely someone that you are interested in getting to know better. That's real flirting, guys. So if you like that person and you really want to get to know them better, don't sit around and wait, because if you wait, you might miss that window of opportunity. A lot of times people will flirt and they'll talk and then they'll sit there and go, all right, I'm going to wait for them to message me first. And guess what happens? In that silent moment when no one's responding to anyone, they're going to lose interest. And that's the last thing you want. You want to build interest. You don't want to lose interest here. So you're going to want to follow up with them. Don't wait for them to respond. That is a key thing to focus on, guys. So I'm going to jump back in here to the chat, see what some of you guys have to say before I wrap it up. Like I said, if you're not already, follow me. Oh, it's blurry. Kind of blurry. Follow me over on Instagram. My Instagram handle is the Josh Speaks. Right after this live stream, like immediately after, guys, I'm going to jump on Instagram and I'm going to do a live stream over there. I call it the Instagram after party. All the cool kids are invited, guys. And since you're on this live stream, you're invited. Come join the Instagram after party. What we do over there is I invite you guys on and we video chat right there. Everyone can comment and be a part of it. It's a very interactive experience. It's a lot of fun. I love doing the Instagram after parties. A little bit more laid back. These live streams are more focused on the topic, answer questions, point things out. But jumping on the Instagram after party, whole different experience. So make sure to join that, guys. All right. So let's see what some of you guys are saying here in the chat. Gamer Abuse wants to know, can we spam bananas yet, Josh? Tell you what, you could spam bananas right as I'm giving my final thoughts. When I give my final thoughts, go crazy. But for now, let's try to get as many questions as we can before we wrap up. LD follows up and says, "There's more stuff that I said. Yeah, I should do more. I texted him first 2 times and talked to him at science fair. I hear you on that, LD. I'm not saying like you didn't. Oh, you didn't follow up with him. I think that." It's a process. It's going to take time. You're going to have to follow up with him more, interact with him more, talk to him more in person. I think to really get him to see like, wow, she's a cool person. I want to get to know her better. Cheyenne Hall says, I've recently gotten cyberbullied by a popular girl at school. What should I do about it? Thank you so much. Cheyenne, yeah, I hear you on that. Cyberbullying is no joke. People can be real jerks sometimes online, especially when it comes to just like making fun of you or posting things about you or spreading rumors. All these things happen. But the most important thing for you to do is to, when they go low, you go high. And that's a quote that resonates, that means so much, guys, because at the end of the day, if a person's going to take time out of their day to say mean things, they've got nothing better to do with their time. Like, that's really what it is. Like, you're out there changing lives and helping people and making friends and doing positive things, and they're sitting in the dark, sulking, writing mean things. Like, they need a hobby. That's what they need. They need a real hobby. All right. Dario says, this may sound like if I'm copying you, but if I post my Instagram story, is it okay if I do the today's goal like what you did in your Instagram story? Absolutely, Dario. Look, I think that the more positivity we put out there, the more goals, the more we can help people kind of stay focused and do positive things, the better. So if I do anything on my Instagram stories, today's goal, I post a daily calendar or anything that I do that you think is inspirational and helpful, by all means, take it and make it your own, man. Like, I want to see more positivity out there in the world. So if you can help spread it, by all means do it, because your followers can benefit just as much from you giving them a daily goal, something to work towards. All right, let's get 2 more questions here, and then I'll give my final thoughts. Not yet. Then my final 2 more questions. All right, let's see. Peter Costantino says, what can I do if there's a girl that I like and a lot of other people like her too? How can I get her to like me? That's a good question, Peter. So I did a video on this, what to do if, like a lot of people like your crush. I forgot what the video was called, but ultimately the best way to stand out from all the other guys is you have to be proactive with her. A lot of times guys will like a girl and that's it. They won't act on it. They won't ask her out. They won't flirt with her. They won't use any of the 7 techniques that I've shared. They'll just like her, and that's it. So the way that you could stand out is by asking her to hang out, spending one-on-one time with her, joking with her, teasing her, flirting with her, doing all these different things because she's going to say, wow, this is the guy that's confident. Yeah, all these other guys like me, but they are not acting confident. And that's where you're going to step up and stand out. All right, last question here. Killjoy, I will make that banana shirt one day, I promise. All right, Cowboy Sessman says, hi, I need help. So my crush gave me her number in the summer. Then I lost her number. I found it. I tried to text her. She forgot about me. I don't know. I crushed. I don't know if you've been advised me. Okay, so let's say your crush gives you their number, and things just kind of fall apart. Maybe you don't follow up, or maybe time has passed and they don't remember you. What do you do with that situation? What do you do in that situation? Well, if there's another way for you to talk to them in person, I think that's the key piece here. You want to show them that you're going to follow up. So one thing that you can try doing is bringing up a joke or bringing up something that you guys talked about in the past. Now, look, if they don't remember you at all, you're kind of starting from the beginning, right? I think you have to try to find a way to talk to them in person if you can, and just start from the beginning. That's probably the best way. All right, guys, here are my final thoughts on the flirting tricks that I've shared. I'm going to quickly recap all of them. Number 1, don't be too available. Let them know that you're a busy person. Don't always be the person that's waiting, for them to respond or following them around or always trying to get their attention. Do your own thing sometimes. Number 2, give them a nickname or tease them about something silly that they said. This comes down to creating an inside joke, something that the two of you guys can share that you find funny and that makes it special whenever you bring it up to them and they feel that same way. Number 3, create tension and opposition from the beginning. Don't just walk into a situation and be passive. Don't just say like, oh, hey, nice to meet you, and try to play it safe. Create tension, be playful, have fun. Ask them a question and then challenge them on it because they're going to see that you're not the average person. You're someone different, and that's exciting. Number 4, let them see that their personality is winning you over. Creating tension is good, and you want to do that, but at some point you want to show that, hey, while I may have challenged you so much, I actually do think you're a pretty cool person. Because when they hear that, when they see that you're acknowledging them for who they are, that's going to make them feel super special. Number 5, be confident and bold when you say things. A lot of times people are a little too nervous to speak up and to be honest and to share how they actually feel about things. You want to be bold when you speak to them. Stand by your opinions. State how you feel. If you're constantly saying things like, well, I don't know, what do you think? Or, hey, would it be okay if, or, hey, I wanted to know if it's okay to ask you a question, or, hey, is it okay if I like you? If you're asking for permission, then you're doing something wrong. You're not being bold, and you got to start being bold. Number 6, show them that you have other options. If your crush sees that you're not talking to anyone else and there's no one else that you're interested in, they're going to feel like you're someone that they can go to. You'll become a second choice. You won't be their first choice. It's important for you to have multiple crushes, or at least multiple things going on in your life, so you're not only focusing on your crush. The key to flirting is not being too available. So having multiple things going on helps you do that. And number 7, guys, follow up if you like them. Don't wait for them to act. Darn, that's a lot of bananas, guys. Follow up with them and don't wait for them to act. Because a lot of times, if you like someone and you want to build something, people want to play hard to get, but it's important for you to be proactive, for you to ask them out, for you to talk to them, for you to talk, start building things. Because if you wait and you let time pass, they're going to get bored and they're going to move on. Those are my 7 secret flirting tricks to use on your crush. I've revealed them. I've shared them with the world. There are lots of bananas. It's been too long holding these bananas. I totally get you. Guys, if you haven't already hit the thumbs up on this video, I hope these tips were helpful. If they were, definitely leave a comment down below letting me know one of the flirting tricks that you want to start trying out, that you want to start using in conversation with your crush, because I want to help you guys get closer and feel more confident in doing so. So join me over on Instagram for the Instagram after party. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will catch you over there. As always, love and peace. See you guys there.